Hey guys, welcome back to SuperMarcelWorld. There's something I would like to talk to you guys about. Now, like it or not, but Hollywood has a new trend, which is ignoring all sequels in a franchise, just returning to the original classic and go from there. On one hand, I kind of feel like it's a slap to the face, because it says, fuck the sequels you love, we're gonna ignore them, we're gonna pretend like they don't exist, and we just return to the original and go from there. And on the other side, it's kinda cool, because certain franchises might have a lot of mediocre sequels, or certain storylines might have messed some stuff up, so it's kinda cool to return to the original that, everyone loves, and go from there, and make a new start. Personally, I think it's kind of cool because, we have the sequels that we love and nobody's taking that away from us. And they return to a classic in a franchise only after some sequels might have failed. If every sequel in the film was perfect, I don't think they'll do this. But take Halloween, take Terminator, two franchises of which this is happening to right now. They had some pretty mediocre sequels. And I understand them going back to the original that everyone loves and everyone holds dear, especially when you're talking about Halloween. Nobody likes a reboot, nobody likes a remake, nobody wants to see Rob Zombie's films. Everybody loves the original. That's one thing everybody has in common. So I get that they want to go back to that and just start all over and, see where it goes. And it's exciting because it might be a return to greatness. And it might bring back beloved characters or actors. Now, time for some examples. Take Terminator Genesis. That film went back to the original and tried to go a different way. I admire them for trying, but it did not work. People didn't like it. And I was one of those people. Hated it big time. But the new Terminator film, and it sounds very exciting, is going back to T2 and start from there. And the best news is, it brings back James Cameron, not as a director, but as a producer and also as a writer, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he has returned before, so that's not kind of a big surprise, but it's terrific that he's back, because, he is the Terminator. And probably the most exciting one, Linda Hamilton is returning as Sarah Connor. Oh my god. So they're ignoring Terminator 3. I have a huge soft spot for that film, even with its flaws, but it's no way near the greatness of the first two films, so I can live with that. And they're also ignoring Salvation, and they had some great talent in that movie, like Christian Bale. I love him, but the film didn't feel like a Terminator film. Maybe if they used more of the James Cameron vision of the future war, it might have felt more like a Terminator film, but this didn't really. So I'm okay with them ignoring those two, and let's not start on that Genesis third, because I can't even talk about that one. Ugh. And like I said, in the land of horror, we have Halloween returning to former greatness, at least that's what we hope. They're ignoring everything since the 1978 classic by John Carpenter. And the greatest news is, for the first time ever since part 2, John Carpenter is back on board. And my hopes are kind of going through the roof that this will be the best frickin' sequel we've had so far. And it's a huge plus that Jamie Lee Curtis is returning, because who can ever get enough of her? I sure can't. They're ignoring the Rob Zombie films, they're ignoring all the sequels, even if, most of those were awesome, and they're just going back to the original and go from there. And it's probably a good thing. The original storylines had kind of go off rail along the way, I guess. I understand them saying, let's not mess with that, let's just ignore that and go back to the original, which everyone loves, because that's one thing all Halloween fans have in common. Everybody loves the original. And Halloween's storylines are kind of insane. We have I think 5 kind of different storylines in the Halloween franchise. So the original storyline, Laurie Strode. The second storyline, Laurie Strode and Jamie Lloyd. Continuing from that. The third movie's on its own. And then we have the Rob Zombie films. And now we're getting the 5th one. So now we've got 5 different storylines. But the upcoming film is ignoring everything else. Whew, I need to catch my breath. Whew. That's really messing with my head. And I thought I knew this. Also, another example, there was talk of a sequel, a new Alien film. ignoring everything since James Cameron's spectacle Alien. So just going back to the first two films, ignoring 3, Resurrection, the AVP films, Prometheus, blah blah blah, all those films, just going back to the original 2 and go from there. This was actually nearly greenlit. Sigourney Weaver returning, with Michael Biehn returning to play the role of Hicks. And, you know, I always say Michael Biehn makes every movie better. They should put him in every movie. In any franchise, I don't care. Michael Biehn makes every film better. You know, I love the original 2. Those are the best in a franchise, kind of like Terminator, that might have had some great sequels. I even enjoyed Alien 3 and Resurrection. But, you know, after that, it was kind of done. You know, Aliens kind of need Sigourney Weaver. They tried to do it without her a couple of times, and some of them were good. But I always miss her. Bring her back! Bring this on! Do it! And I still secretly hope that Fox will pick up on this and deliver what the fans want. If Lynn Hamilton can return to the role of Sarah Connor since 1991, and even Jamie Lee Curtis returning to the role of Laurie Strode, where the hell is Sigourney Weaver? Where is Ellen Ripley? Bring her back! Because I sure as hell don't want to see a sequel to Covenant. I was kind of done with the franchise after that one. So this is Hollywood's latest, newest, hottest trend, and you know, more and more sequels and franchises are picking up on this. But we don't have a name for this trend. I think since it's going back to the original, ignoring the sequels, how about it's a sequel to the original, Original or sequel or V2. They're doing a V2, a version 2 of a sequel. How about they're going a new way, a new road, different direction. U-turn. They're totally U-turning it. They're having a franchise, they're going sequel, and then they're going, no, like, let's go back to the original. It's a U-turn! Oh, that's a good one. U-turn. There we have it. It's Hollywood's latest trend, the U-turn. Not the reboot, not the sequel, not the prequel, U-turn. There we go. Do you guys have any suggestions for this new trend? Let me know below. We'll talk. Let me know how you feel about this trend. Do you like that they're going back to the original and that it might be a return to form? Or do you hate it since they're kind of saying like the sequels you love do not exist? You know, basically they're not saying that, they're just going a different route. But anyways, still, let me know how you feel below. We'll talk. If you have the time, hit that like button or maybe subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. I think you might like them. Just try them out. And of course, as always, I hope to see you back next time. Bye!